Est-ce qu'il y a des questions? Some questions.
It's a question and an observation. A couple of times, last 2 days, we've heard about color theory. Know about is by Désiré Régnier, which is a very traditional book altogether. Now, my interest in this goes back many, many years to when Bob Ratcliffe told me he'd been looking for it in X for some 25 years. And we know from Jean de Birken, it was on the bookshelves of Jean-Pierre Cezanne, who was himself had a bookshop in the Rue Dauphine. And unofficially, I found out that the copies of Cezanne's books in Austin came through Jean-Pierre Cezanne. Other copies of Cezanne's books I did up with Pierre Berès, and I've seen them in Parisian bookshops. Now, the point is, from the letters and various other sources, memoirs, Gasquet, things like that, there's about 150 books we know that Cezanne had. So I'm just putting this out there that if anybody knows where they are, can you please tell me? Because, you know, sometimes you get really nice things written in the margin, like, you know, I believe this, or mon Dieu. So just a thought, but the Régnier is out there. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but I know it was in X, so must be somewhere. Who has it?
I'm wondering if there are more museums like Chicago and Nelson Atkins doing the work that you spoke about, because it is so imperative to combine tech reports, et cetera. I mean, this, you know, the catalog raisonné can certainly link to these fabulous sources, but I don't think there are enough museums that are doing this. I mean, just very briefly, is that our database has some of these tech reports, but we're not allowed to publish them. We can't do anything. I mean, so I'm just wondering if there are more museums that you know of that are doing this.
The problem with doing these online scholarly catalogs is that they of course, they cost a lot. We have a fond spécial, so we're able to hire the author if it's not going to be me, if it's going to be someone else. It's a lot of time, and I think you have to be devoted to doing this. We have a special, she's 102 now, and we want to do as many as we can before, you know, something happens. And she put, and that's, I think, the problem. I don't think it's for, I think everybody wants to do something like that, but unless it's exhibition related and it's on an exhibition budget, it's really hard to undertake these kinds of deep dives. Toujours, ressources personnelles, ressources financières, c'est toujours le cas. Ouais, malheureusement.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Magali Robert Zebrowski et je travaille pour la ville d'Aix-en-Provence. Et depuis janvier 2025, il y a un fonds qui est dédié à la société Paul Cézanne et donc qui a été connecté avec les États-Unis, qui s'appelle the American Friends Fund of the Paul Cézanne Society. So we have launched this part in January 2025. If you wish to donate, you have a small card there where there is a QR code here. One. Then secondly, there is the American Friends Fund. There is a documentation there that I can give you if you need it, or you can go online or just tag my name and send me an email, and I will put you in touch with the team in New York first. Secondly, we have a way to receive funds. I mean, the Paul Cézanne Society as the way to receive funds from all over Europe as well. So go give support. Thank you.
Merci. I just wanted to add to Jane's question that, for example, right, the Barnes Foundation published not online, but in print, our Cezanne catalog with all the technical imaging. But it's true, we even have trouble getting our technical imaging online because of, you know, the technical structures of the website. But the hope is to actually put the technical imaging online with our conservators' blessing, in a format that they feel comfortable with. And then it can also be shared with the online catalog raisonné. I also had a question for you, Jane. Gloria had those wonderful statistics about the Monet catalog usage, and I wondered if you are tracking that, and if that will also be part of the CCRD of tracking, you know, demographics and numbers of who is using the online catalog and from where.
Since the publication, the first publication, we've had almost 30,000 registrants. And we have the email addresses. We don't do anything with it because people don't want to be tracked. But we can find out, well, as I mentioned this morning, there are about 2,500 new registrants just since the exhibition opened, which is amazing to me, anyway. I was thinking, I was writing down, it'd be interesting maybe to create a map somehow to show where the concentration of Cezannes are. I mean, Philadelphia, blow it out of, you have to do a special detail for Philadelphia. But I mean, there's so much that can be added. I think it's just, it's up to the next generation.
Other question?
Again for you, Jane. Did you have any difficulties with private collectors to get possibility to publish photo online or to have good quality photo from them?
Yes. I think one of the great difficulties is getting good images. The auction houses have been very helpful. They will send us an image of the recto and verso. We know the versos are very, very important. The auction houses are terrible about giving us information about vendor and buyer. Private collectors are, by and large, are not interested in sharing information, sadly. So we're sort of stuck. Hopefully this will change. We get even, and quite frankly, we have even some museums give us terrible images, which I showed, you know, there in my slide with
One. Yes.
I have the next question. Hello, my name's Sabrina Sorano, and I want to thank you all so much for your expertise and for allowing me to have conversation with all of you. I'm an undergraduate student at Yale, and this was a particularly exciting day for me and all of the schedule and the talks, especially in hopes for future Cezanne scholars. A couple of things that I did have questions about, or perhaps even some ideas for the catalog, was first for this, can these recordings be posted to the Catalog Raisonné website? I think for young scholars specifically, or even students, this would be particularly helpful in learning from your insights. And then also leading to the next question of Is there perhaps a question tool chat box, not related to AI, but where scholars, curators, conservators can look at the questions perhaps students may have and be able to answer them, and also an ability for some discussion within students to be able to share their ideas. But I just want to thank you so much, and this has been extremely helpful in my research, doing provenance research for Cezanne at Yale. So thank you.
Failure.